Hey, welcome to Dave's Killer Kitchen. Tonight, normally we do a little bit of something called, Asian chicken, where we take some chicken and mix it up in a pot with some fresh cabbage and some vegetables and a few other things. But we're mixing it up a little bit, and it is now our pandemic chicken. So I'm going to include a link in the description here. I found a little while back some of the healthiest foods that you can eat to help prevent the flu. It's actually from an article on some Healthline magazine thing from 2016. But it included a lot of things you would normally think of, things like citrus, but it also included things like red pepper, garlic, ginger, almonds, chicken, turmeric. We'll talk about turmeric in a minute, but we actually cooked this chicken in a grill pan and put a bunch of turmeric over it. It's actually a good anti-inflammatory. But we're gonna take a bunch of those items on that list there and make up the pandemic chicken. Make sure we're getting all of our vitamins, or vitamin A, or vitamin C, or vitamin D. Keep your immune system up, fight off the flu. Or in this case, the coronavirus. All right, first thing we're gonna do is add our red pepper. I was kind of surprised when I read up on this. Red pepper, actually all bell peppers, are really high in vitamin C, as well as having beta carotene, which has got a bunch of vitamin D in there as well. So we're gonna let those saute for just a minute, and then once we get that going, we're gonna add our garlic that we're gonna chop up. And this is just a little bit of ginger here. If you haven't worked with ginger much, it comes in a root. Kind of hard to cook a root, but you kind of peel like you would a potato. Slice it up kind of thin. I got about a tablespoon there. So a tablespoon of ginger, 2 big garlic cloves, that's 1 whole red pepper. We're gonna get that going as kind of the base to start this. And it's kind of surprising, between the citrus and the turmeric and the garlic and the ginger and the red pepper, it does all kind of work, come together good. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, our pepper's been going a few minutes. So I'm gonna add the garlic and the ginger. And what we're gonna do for this kind of cabbage thing is, you can buy some of these pre-sorted things. I got 2 of them here, but just, any sort of Asian mixture here. It just comes with its own dressing too, but the dressing basically is just balsamic vinegar and soy, and probably a little bit of oil, but it's all it is some chopped kale and green cabbage and stuff like that. You can even use like a coleslaw or something like that with it too. But we're gonna go ahead and add our garlic and our ginger into our pan here. And while that gets going, I got a bunch of almonds here, because almonds are on this healthy list. They're good for you. I'm just gonna try to give them just a rough chop. Doesn't have to be exact. If you already have slivered almonds, that probably would work best, but we're just gonna get these going just a little bit. While that stuff cooks, don't want that garlic to go too long, just a minute or 2, otherwise it'll start to burn. And to kind of help get a little bit of moisture in there to keep it from burning, I'm gonna turn my pan down just a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of soy in here. Give it that flavor at the same time. We got to get our citrus in here. We need our vitamin C. So I'm coming in with about half a lime, and I'm just squeezing this lime juice right in here. So we got the lime, we got the soy, we got the red pepper, we got the garlic, the ginger. I'm even just going to throw that in, let that flavor get in there. Rinse my hands off quick. Go ahead and add these almonds in here. Almonds are also on the healthy list. Low in fat, high in protein, got some other things going with them. This is my chicken from earlier. We just did it in the grill pan, but you can do it a number of different ways. You want to bake it, saute it, whatever. But you can see turmeric, it's not a spice that's used that often. It has a little bit of bitter flavor to it, but it's got a lot of health benefits. But it kind of makes things this orange color a little bit. So it's all good. It's actually used in a lot of curries and a lot of Asian dishes and stuff like that. I'm gonna take that leftover from my chicken and dump that in there. Dog's wanting to lick the plate. We're gonna chop up our chicken to go in here in just a minute. And then we're gonna assemble the rest of the dish. All right, so I cooked about 2 pounds of chicken. I've already put some in here, but I've chopped the rest up. And again, we're just gonna add this in here. We did it ahead of time just to kind of make it easier. You can see what that turmeric does though. It kind of makes that stain on that cutting board there. We're gonna start mixing this around. And the last thing we're gonna do is kind of add that cabbage, just that, again, it's just kind of a pre-made thing. You can get it in any grocery store. This is an Asian thing, but any sort of cabbage would work, any sort of slaw, anything kind of put together like that. So now we're getting this warmed up. I'm just going to go ahead and add this in here. There's 1 bag of it. And so you'll see we've gotten a bunch of the ingredients Yeah, and I want to include it in the link here, but there's probably like 15 things that they talk about, you know, good things to help boost your immune system and fight off things like flus, and of course, in this case, the pandemic. We're using about 6 or 7 of them. We got the red peppers. We're going to get the citrus. We're going to get our mandarin oranges in there in a minute. We got the red peppers, the citrus. We got the turmeric. We got chicken, which is actually on the list. You need to heat your protein. We're going to be using some almonds, and again, the garlic and the ginger are both on that list too. Both have good health benefits. So I'm going to let this work down here a little bit, and this thing will be done in just a minute. It's been going for a couple minutes now, about 3 or 4 minutes, and it's just reducing down that cabbage and that kale and the other stuff that's in there. Might have needed a slightly bigger pan for this, but everything's just kind of coming together. This is just a one dish kind of pan thing here. And the last thing I'm going to do, add my oranges. Again, we got to get our vitamin C. And that little package I had, it had a little dressing that came with it, but all that dressing was soy, balsamic vinegar, sweet dressing, so probably had some sugar. So to get some liquid in there, you know, if you get one of those packages and it doesn't have a dressing in there, some more soy sauce and balsamic vinegar. If you want to sweeten it up, you can have a little bit of sugar in there. But yeah, this thing came with some of these sesame seeds and some cashews, but we already had the almonds in there, but we'll add the cashews too. And I'm just going to let this thing just kind of work it a little bit, keep turning it to keep that stuff sweating down. The good thing about things like kale and things like that is it holds up well to heat. So spinach and broccoli are also on this, you know, healthy list of foods you want to have. You could easily put some broccoli in here or use some spinach in here too, but I'm just going to let this thing warm up just a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and plate it. That is our normally called Chinese chicken or Asian chicken. We've kicked it up a little bit, made it our pandemic chicken. Get your vitamin A, your vitamin C, your vitamin D, your vitamin B, all the good stuff for you. Keep your immune system up, and we'll all be fine. I'm also going to add a little more turmeric in here. Again, this is kind of mild. I'm sure most people have not cooked with it. It has this bright orange color, so it can kind of change the color of a dish. To me, it kind of resembles dry mustard. Some other people have compared it to like cumin. But don't be afraid with it. I haven't used it much, but I'm starting to incorporate a little bit more. It does supposedly have some really good health benefits to it, so one of the better spices. So, but it really is not that overpowering. At least I don't find it to be. So you can use a little bit in there and get the benefits from the turmeric. All right, so there we have it, just plated up. Our Asian chicken, or in this case, the pandemic chicken, works together really well. So you might need to add a little soy to the top of it for a little flavor, but I think you'll enjoy it. Boost your immune system, will be good.